Our suspicions have been confirmed. Taylor Swift is in fact getting subpoenaed to testify in the Justin Baldoni Blake Lively lawsuit. There were a lot of rumors as to whether or not this would happen. TMZ had asked Brian Friedman, Justin Baldoni's lawyer, if there were plans to subpoena Taylor Swift, and he remained tight-lipped about it, but it just happened last week, and Daily Mail reported on it exclusively. They say Taylor Swift has been dropped center stage into the mess and served a subpoena by Justin Baldoni's lawyers. After weeks of rumors that it was coming, the subpoena has been issued, compelling Taylor Swift to submit to an interview with Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, under oath. So this is a setup to put Taylor Swift and Blake Lively in a perjury trap. Taylor Swift has nothing to lose from this situation except for maybe reputation points. Blake Lively,
she
however,
could just write an album about it. Reputation to
2.0.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. But Blake Lively has set herself up in a situation where if Taylor Swift testifies anything counterfactual to Blake Lively's story, it could perjure Blake Lively. So this is a dangerous situation for Blake. Brian Friedman, they say, is one of the most powerful and feared litigators in the entertainment industry, having represented actors and celebrities including Kevin Spacey, Kate Beckinsale, Julia Roberts, and Bella Thorne. A source said Taylor Swift has now been subpoenaed. Some other subpoenas are being sent this week. Some depositions are in the process now of being scheduled. People often push back and say they can't for various reasons, but you really cannot get out of it. And that's likely to be Taylor Swift's next step. I'm sure that she has a formidable legal team that's going to try to dismiss this attempt. But that's not all. Daily Mail revealed that Taylor Swift's boyfriend as well, Travis Kelce, will soon receive a subpoena of his own, as will Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' friend Hugh Jackman, who of course was involved in the Deadpool and Wolverine scandal. Mm-hmm. So this is just a big boatload of bad news for Blake Lively and her team.
The Taylor Swift songs are going to be great. I saw somebody mention that in the chat. Not My Dragon. Somebody mentioned that. Somebody mentioned that in the chat.
Yeah.
I think that's what she should call it.
The rumor that we covered last week was that Taylor Swift has cut off Blake Lively as a friend after finding out that she was, in fact, at fault for this entire scandal. There is a rumor, according to perhaps Brittany Mahomes, that Blake Lively actually made advances on Justin Baldoni while they were filming It Ends With Us, and that Justin Baldoni rebuffed her. And out of a revenge plot from either Blake or her husband, Ryan Reynolds, now they have attempted to destroy Justin Baldoni's career unsuccessfully. Yeah. There's another rumor that there was a standoff between Taylor Swift and Blake Lively to get invited to Gigi Hadid's birthday party, which occurred last week. She also unveiled her relationship with Bradley Cooper at the party. But the rumor
women love that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
When I saw that announcement, I'm like, Mary's going to love this.
When I saw the announcement, I was distracted by that delicious cake in the photo.
Yeah.
Gigi Hadid did not invite Blake Lively to her 30th birthday party last week, allegedly because of Taylor Swift. She had to choose between inviting Taylor or Blake because Taylor wants nothing to do with Blake anymore. So Gigi Hadid has officially cut off Blake Lively as well. So she's getting iced out by her former girl power friend group.
It's an empty dragon's den.
And here's another person who could possibly get a subpoena served to him, Bradley Cooper, Gigi Hadid's mans, who, if you didn't know, had a special mention in the credits of It Ends With Us.
For what?
It was never explained.
They're just like, I like that guy.
It was never explained why Bradley Cooper was in the acknowledgments for the movie, but it likely has to do with him seeing the final edit, which Justin Baldoni and his team at Wayfarer Studios did not get to see. The one that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds worked on with the help of Taylor Swift's music video editors and possibly Bradley Cooper. So he could be served a subpoena as well.
Okay.
He could be served a subpoena, and he was in that small group of people who got to see the final cut of the movie, which wasn't theirs.
Yeah.
And now Justin Baldoni is floundering financially in the middle of this battle.
That's the sad thing about it is, despite the fact that most people are kind of on his side, like capital wise.
Yeah.
All that Mint Mobile money is going to go a hell of a lot farther than, you know, that Jane the Virgin money.
Look, I heard people are making a fortune on GoFundMe campaigns these days.
He could just go and call Blake Lively the N-word.
Call Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively the N-word, start a GoFundMe campaign, and you have free legal on retainer for life at that point. That's a tried and true scheme. But
the reason
I didn't even know Justin Baldoni's Wayfarer Studios production company had a charity arm.
Yeah.
Which is something I've never heard of. I mean,
for
a production company.
That makes perfect sense, and then it goes for your tax write-offs at the end of the year.
I suppose so, but they had to shut down the Wayfarer Charity Foundation because money's getting tight.
Last to show, first to go.
Yeah. So it's an ugly situation, and even though there are a lot of inside sources claiming that Taylor Swift and Blake Lively are still cool with each other and they're still close, I do find that hard to believe. Like,
just for the amount of headache that's been caused.
Exactly. If I were in Taylor Swift's shoes in this situation, I would be pissed at being involved in this scandal in any way, shape, or form and having my name dragged into it. Then, like, her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, is going to get subpoenaed? Like, what is this? How many private text messages could there possibly be to enlighten us about what happened here?
I did notice that they skipped the Met Gala.
Oh, yeah. Blake Lively has been at the Met Gala, like, every year for many years.
Given how much she loves to stand up in her women's summits and bloviate, I imagine that the Met Gala is, like, right up her alley.
Well, she's more known as, like, however you feel about this, a fashion icon.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that. I've looked at Blake Lively's fashion over the years. I'm not the biggest fan, but she has been known as a fashion icon and having a super unique style. So
what does that even
her
mean
presence at the Met Gala was always, you know, highly anticipated, and she was on Anna Wintour's invite list. But maybe this year she was cut from the list. Who knows? Taylor Swift herself hasn't been to the Met Gala since 2016.
Yeah.
So not interested. Ariana Grande took a selfie bed rotting, saying like, "Ooh, I was busy. I couldn't make it this year. Oops."
Got better things to do.
Most of the actual celebrities who were above the level of like a Doechii felt like they had better ways to spend their night.
There was a bunch of them there. I saw Demi Moore was there. She's like relevant again these days.
She's having a renaissance.
She is. She was wearing like a, you know, those like yellow cancer ribbons? It looked like a yellow cancer ribbon going around the back of her neck.
It was bizarre. She was also holding it the entire time.
It was weird.
Maybe that part was like integrated into the outfit.
I guess I like hearing you talk about it as stupid because as a guy, anything like that is stupid. Like you see all these people dressed up.
The Met Gala?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, you look at it and you're like, wow. Like it's the fundamental difference between, like let's look at like what some of the dudes were wearing, like what Walton Goggins is wearing. But
I don't remember what he was wearing.
I mean, it looked like he was wearing a Chinese food box, like a really thin.
Oh,
but the point being that like guys are like, why would you wear that? That looks terribly cumbersome and stupid.
But I'm always happy to
jump
down the rabbit hole and like really get into it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to
details.
me. But I guess them not showing up is kind of that's how you gauge where, because they've been on a media blitz lately. They've been everywhere.
Right.
Like,
planting a lot of headlines about her fashion as well.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.